Hi everyone, this is Alexa, the student OT intern from the FRC. Um, Today we're going to be going through a simple recipe of tuna salad. This week we are going to be talking about some recipes that you can make with 5 ingredients or less. Just some simple cooking that you can do with stuff around your house that doesn't involve a lot of ingredients and is also pretty healthy. So here we go. So the first thing I want to do is bring a pot of water to a boil and put 1 egg in. I'm using a spoon so that it doesn't crack open at the bottom. I'm just using 1 egg for right now because I'm using a small can of tuna, but if I was using a bigger can, then I usually put 2 eggs in it. So I'm going to keep that boiling over there on a medium boil for, my magic number is 11 minutes, but anywhere from 10 to 12 minutes. And in my jar here, I'm going to open my can of tuna. And I'm going to drain it because a lot of times I get the ones that are in water. So I just drain it out in the sink. I like to get the ones that are in water versus the ones in oil because it's a little bit healthier. It's a lot less fat that way. So I typically go for the tuna that's canned in water if you wanted to make this a little bit healthier. So I've got my tuna in my bowl here. Then I've got some dill relish. So I'm going to add about 2 big spoonfuls. Again, this is all kind of subjective. If you really don't like the dill taste all that much, you may want to cut back. If you really like it, you may want to put a little bit more. It's just kind of your preference. So next I'm using light mayo. Again, it's a little bit healthier substitution versus typical mayo. A little bit less fat. So I'm going to put about 2 spoonfuls of that in here. I also like the tang of mustard in mine. This is definitely optional. Not everybody really likes the taste of mustard, but I like it because it adds a little bit of tang. So I'm just going to do a small little swirl of it. So about like this all together. And then I'm going to go ahead and start mixing this up before I add my egg. Okay, so my egg has just finished boiling. I've found that it's a lot easier to peel a boiled egg if you immediately put it in ice water after you're done boiling it. So I get it out with my spoon and place it in the ice water. So I would just leave that in there for just a couple minutes to cool off, and it should peel a lot easier than if I were to just let it cool by taking it out of the boiling water. So my egg was in the ice water for about 3 minutes, and now it should be a little bit easier to peel. I'm just kind of tapping it on my counter, and then it just kind of peels right off. That ice water really helps. So just like that, makes it super easy. Next, I'm going to cut my egg up and put it in my mixture that I've made. I have a neat little doohickey that I like to use. I got it at IKEA for like $4, but if you don't have one of these, a knife will certainly do. So now I've got all of my egg pieces that I can just sprinkle in there. Like so. So by the end, it looks a little something like this. This is by no means a set in stone recipe. If you want it creamier, you can add more mayo. If you want it a little saltier, you can add more mustard. Or even sweeter, you can use sweet relish. It can definitely be adjusted any way that strikes your fancy. But this is just a very simple recipe that involves 5 ingredients or less. You can eat it in a sandwich, on crackers, in a pita, and it will last you a couple times, depending on the size of the tuna you use also. Usually it lasts me at least 2 or 3 meals for the small cans. So I hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching.